My name is Scott Heckman, and I'm a civil engineer.
My name is Lydia Heckman, and I'm a public relations manager. As a new, young, married couple that didn't know anyone in Austin, we wanted to meet people and be challenged to get plugged into a church. And the Austin Stone really offered that to us day one.
So we live on West 5th and Mopac, and we live in an apartment complex, which I just heard a statistic that 95% of apartment dwellers in the city of Austin don't go to church. So it's an unchurched area, would be an accurate statement. We kind of brainstormed and thought about ways that we could encourage more interaction with those who are not yet believers or not in the church yet. We thought it would be kind of a neat idea to do sort of a 1 week on, 1 week off, where 1 week we are meeting and discussing a book or reading, get into the Word, and then the next week would be sort of an intentional week to have us meet the people that everyone else in the group has been praying for.
And to clarify, our mission was really to, again, hold each other accountable to being essentially missionaries to the neighbors that we were surrounded with downtown and people we were working with. Every other week, our group actually meets in a very informal setting, and we invite our coworkers and friends and neighbors if they would like to come. We get everyone together. There's no agenda. It's just to get to know each other and to spend time eating together. And then we typically do spend some time afterwards just praying or reading the Bible. If anybody has any specific prayer requests, we'll definitely spend time intentionally focusing on those things and just getting to know each other and how we can be doing life together better.
I think one of the big hopes for the future would be just to see more disciples made, and that we would begin to see more than just a couple downtown missional communities, but to begin to see more of these catch this vision, get excited about it, and reach friends that I otherwise wouldn't know if it weren't for them.
What I dream about is that people could be there and we could celebrate Austin for what it is, but that we would be ultimately celebrating Christ and the redemption that we have in Him.
My name is Rob Truss.
And my name's Kim.
And we live in North Austin. I kind of feel like Austin, the Austin we live in, is right here in this neighborhood. I just really feel like it's where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to be doing, where we have this neighborhood is the people that we feel like God has put us in front of and said, this is where you're supposed to be. And I feel like for the first time, I'm actually responding better to that.
I think we kind of finally, we have a direction of where we want to go and how we want to be more missional in our neighborhood. We want to open it up to other people that, that we've met within the neighborhood that we feel like have a desire to be a part of something like this.
We really feel like the people around us, that literally living 2 doors down, are the people that we are supposed to spend time investing in. And ultimately, we want to see those people get to experience what it's like to see that love, to see that relationship, to see that service that we feel like this group is showing to each other right now. So right now we move between the 3 core families' homes, and that way we share the load of the hospitality, but then as well it gives us all an opportunity to host the entire group in our home.
Well, and it's also a way too, I feel like, just to have people in your home, and it allows you to be more hospitable, and it's something about when you have people in your own home, how much more natural you are. It's a good time that we can catch up on each other and as far as what's been going on in our lives, and it's just kind of a non-intimidating setting.
Basically we eat and then we usually head into the living room. One of us will grab the Bible and read maybe a couple of verses, and whoever read it usually says, what do you guys think? Sometimes it's crickets. Sometimes there's not a lot that's said, but other times I think that we've seen some really cool moments where some families are really sharing what's going on in their lives. They really kind of bare their soul a little bit, and if you didn't know them very well, it's like you really feel like you grew closer to them as a result of them being really honest with the rest of us.
We've also done though some neat things where we've incorporated the kids that I think is neat, considering that we do have families. I mean, it can be crazy to try to do these things with our kids, but it's fun, and we look at it as a way to just kind of teach our kids more about Jesus.
As a group, we've kind of tried a handful of different things. We've tried actually literally bringing the kids in with us and having them literally sit there while we try to have a very light Bible study. Even is an incredible challenge we found. So we tried that a couple of different times. We've tried to change the story a little bit to where it's more kid-based, but we're still sharing the same truth ultimately. So, stuff like the Jesus Storybook
There was
Bible.
once a man called Isaiah, and his name meant God to the rescue.
Just to try to incorporate some things with the children, I think is important too, so that they can kind of come alongside of us and learn, and we're also teaching them, how to be missional. And it's neat because the guys that are in our group, the ones that are leading it, they lead their families well too. So it's a great example of, I think, just what it looks like to have a gospel-centered family.
I just really love these people. I really feel like there's a genuine care for us as a family, and I think that what better way to, from my perspective, to go through life, just to be surrounded by other people that really love you and care about you and also love Jesus, and as well to bring in other people to experience what that family, that love, that relationship looks like as well. To hear it declared and to see it demonstrated, I think, are just two incredible ways for people to really see what Jesus, what he did for us ultimately.
I am Bethany, and I started out with the Stone about 2 years ago. I moved downtown Austin. I just thought that's a place for me. So the second Sunday, I decided to be a partner. I loved it so much. The group got started 2 years ago for a vision series. And it was back when the Stone decided to do the For the City. And our group leaders thought it'd be the coolest idea to have it right in the heartbeat of Austin at Whole Foods on top of it in public so that everyone could see us worship and talk about Christ. What we do is we meet on top of Whole Foods every Wednesday night around 7:30. So it's after dinner. Sometimes people bring it with them. And we gather in a circle, and Lance Blakely leads us in worship for about 10 minutes.
Holy is the Lord.
And then after that, we dive into the sermon from the past week and just kind of apply that to our lives and bring up some more scripture, just talk about it for about 30 minutes. And then we break apart in smaller groups, girls and guys, find out what's going on in each other's lives and pray about those things. The coolest part about meeting at Whole Foods is it's just an open door for anybody to come. So it could be a visitor, and it's less threatening because you're not in your home and they have to find it. Everybody knows where Whole Foods is at. And then also people that are just in public, watch us, wonder what we're doing. We have a lot of people that bring in friends that are either new to church, don't know anything about it, or maybe they're hurt by the church and they're just coming back in. There's some really strong people, and there's a lot of people that are just searching. And so our group is really good about just answering good questions and helping people understand so that they can grow deeper. It takes some time too to trust other people, so new people to our group will kind of fill us out, start being friends with a few people, and then a few months into it, they're really invested, and they can really invest in what the Church of Acts looks like too. Our group is open all the time, and we get big really fast. And when that happens, we delay it a little bit because it's hard to have friendships that leave, but a lot of times we'll point out someone we think is really good at being a leader and ask them to start a group. And it's happened a few times. It gets harder every time we do it. We have closer friends every time that decide to go, and they take friends with them, and it's really hard. At the same time, it's healthy, and people are going to be able to go in their group because they're a smaller group and they can grow, and then we have room to grow. It's healthy, but it's hard. The women in our group, we're all really close, and it just seems that most women have a problem with their image, what men hold on them, or what the world tells them they need to be. I love that we're able to meet once, sometimes twice a week, and tear down those lies that the devil tells them every day. You know, we're his daughters in Christ, and how beautiful that is. It's just much more fulfilling to find that in someone that loves you more than any soul human being will on this earth. Being in community, it's a together thing. You're living life together. There's no separate part about it. If you love them, you just do what needs to happen. I would love it if everyone was really comfortable sharing their faith and so excited about Christ that they bring all their friends to our group, and we have to multiply. And we have awesome parties and hang out together, and just seeing people grow, it's probably my favorite thing. When people come in and they're new to this, just seeing them take off. It's amazing. And it's not because of who we are or what we do, it's all because of Christ. Being a church, it's not where you worship or where you go every Sunday, it's who you are.